Imagine finding out that everything you thought about wealth was wrong, that the secret to getting everything you want isn't luck, special talent, or some magic formula. What if I told you that in just a few steps, you could flip the script and start creating real results in your financial life? Along the way, some people will fail, others will be shocked, because there's a point where courage meets opportunity, and only those who take full responsibility actually make it through. The ending? Well, it shows who's truly ready to claim the prosperity they've always dreamed of. And once you see this secret, nothing will ever feel the same again. So are you ready to find out how only a few people manage to turn the game around, turn fear into action, and finally, get what always felt out of reach? Every step you take in this story brings more clarity, and the reward, well, trust me, you're going to want every second of it. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have a magic touch when it comes to wealth? Everything they touch grows, while others, no matter how hard they try, feel like they're running in circles. But here's the truth. It's not luck. It's mindset. Those who master the wealth files know money is just the reflection of something deeper, the way you think, feel, and act every single day. For years, we've been taught to play it safe, not to go after abundance. We were told to don't want too much, to be realistic, which is basically a polite way of saying settle for less. But a millionaire mindset doesn't roll like that. It sees opportunities where most people see obstacles. That difference in perspective is what separates those who build real results from those still waiting for a lucky break. What you're about to discover isn't magic formulas or empty promises. It's about inner entrepreneurship, self-confidence, and emotional discipline. These are mental codes that shape behavior and create a new reality. And if you apply each one with consistency and emotional control, you'll realize prosperity isn't about who can, it's about who decides to truly claim what they deserve. Ever notice how people spend hours replaying what someone said? Like rewinding the same boring movie hoping the ending will change? That's the trap. Those who get entrepreneurship know that taking responsibility for your life is step one to changing anything. Results don't come from luck. They come from consistency and intentional action. Taking control is like grabbing the steering wheel of a car that's been on autopilot. Scary? Sure, but freeing too. Discipline and self-confidence don't appear out of thin air. They're built day by day, powered by emotional control, and knowing that every choice is planting a seed for the future. Those who complain waste time. Those who act make things happen. Here's the kicker. Once you commit to being the author of your story, the universe seems to nudge you along. Doors open, ideas flow, the right people show up. Coincidence? Nope. That's the power of someone tuned into motivation and purpose. And once you see this, you're ready for the next step. Stepping into the game not just to avoid losing, but to win. Most people go through life playing not to lose. They do the bare minimum, avoid risks, and stick to comfort zones. The problem? Playing not to lose almost always leads to loss. Time, energy, and missed chances. The heart of entrepreneurship is stepping in to win, with courage, vision, and self-confidence. It's thinking, what can I achieve if I give it everything I've got? Changing that mindset flips everything. Fear of failure turns into excitement for the new, and focus shifts from what might go wrong to what can go right. That takes emotional control, because challenges don't disappear. They just stop calling the shots. People with scarcity mindsets play defense. Prosperous people attack with strategy, discipline, and consistency. Playing to win isn't reckless. It's knowing what you want and moving with purpose. Unlike saying, I'll try, which leaves room for quitting, the winner says, I'm going to make this happen. And that energy changes everything. Motivation and rational faith become fuel, the secret sauce of big results. When someone adopts this mindset, even losses start looking different. They're not failures. They're lessons, stepping stones to something bigger. Those who see it this way realize success isn't luck. It's a sum of daily wins requiring persistence and unshakable mindset. And from there, the next lesson emerges. The real commitment to wealth, not trying, but deciding to act. There's a huge difference between saying, I'll try, and saying, I'm going to do it. The first is a polite escape hatch for failure. The second is full-on commitment. In entrepreneurship, only those who commit truly see results. Trying is like putting one foot on the boat and one on the dock. Eventually, you're going to fall in. High achievers don't live in limbo. They know discipline turns intention into action, and action into success. When commitment is real, Your brain stops looking for excuses and starts hunting solutions. That's where self-confidence is born, the kind that doesn't come from quotes or motivational phrases, but from showing up and keeping promises to yourself, building emotional control along the way. Saying, "I'll try," also shows you're asking permission to succeed. And those asking too much approval drift from their own path. A wise mentor says, "Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it." That's the consistency of waking up every day knowing wealth starts in the mind before it hits the bank. Prosperity reflects your mindset, not luck. Committing is about scrapping Plan B. Not stubbornness, but full belief that Plan A will work. That decision changes energy, actions, and even opportunities around you. Committed people don't complain about time, they manage it. They don't try to be disciplined. They are disciplined. And that fuels motivation and real results. Once someone embraces commitment, life takes on a new rhythm. Doubt fades, fear shrinks, and focus switches from, "Can I do this?" to, "How am I going to do this?" That shift sets up the next lesson. Spotting opportunities instead of obsessing over obstacles. The mind's like a lens. What you focus on gets bigger. That's why so many people feel stuck. They stare at obstacles and miss the opportunities right next to them. Anyone who gets entrepreneurship knows success doesn't come from a smooth road, but from using obstacles as stepping stones. Emotional control separates quitters from growth-driven doers. Focusing on opportunities is smart. It's not ignoring problems, it's deciding where to put your energy. The prosperous don't say, "It won't work." They ask, "How can we make this work?" That tiny shift turns frustration into momentum. Momentum is what drives results. When your focus is on what's possible, the impossible loses power, and self-confidence blooms. High achievers share one trait: consistency. They see every challenge as a disguised training session. No whining, just learning. The more they learn, the more doors open. Opportunity-focused thinking creates a virtuous cycle. Focus, clarity, growth. That's the magic of mental discipline. Focusing on obstacles is like driving looking only in the rearview mirror. You might avoid one pothole, but you'll never reach anywhere new. This mindset drains energy, kills motivation, and blocks long-term vision. Those focused on opportunities generate energy, attract better connections, and see results in motion. A wise mentor says, "What you seek, you'll find. Search for reasons to quit, you'll find them. Search for reasons to move forward, you'll find those too." Choosing action, curiosity, and faith leads to the next lesson. Admiring success instead of resenting it. Funny how some folks get worked up over other people's success, like their shine dims their own. That's a classic scarcity mindset. People who understand entrepreneurship see another's success as proof it's possible. A reminder that results come to those consistent enough to act. Admiration opens doors internally. Resentment locks them shut. Jealousy drains energy and kills focus on your own path. Admiration fuels you, inspires, teaches, and sparks new possibilities. A wise mentor says, "Who admires, attracts." Gratitude and self-confidence naturally lead to better choices, guided by emotional control and purpose. You can't grow if you feel threatened by others' progress. That fear kills discipline. Prosperous people observe, learn, and adapt. Every successful person is a mirror of what's possible within you, something waiting to be unlocked. Curiosity and humility kickstart that unlocking. Admiring success is also a practice in worthiness. It silently tells the universe, "I'm ready for this too." Motivation grows, the mind expands, and resentment fades. A small mindset shift like this dramatically improves the frequency of your thoughts, and therefore your results. Once this mindset clicks, energy changes. You talk more positively, progress feels natural, and success seems contagious. Learning to celebrate success sets up the next lesson: being an excellent receiver. Most people want to thrive, but few know how to really receive. Sounds simple, right? But accepting praise, opportunities, or gifts without shame is a real test of self-confidence. In entrepreneurship, rejecting good things subconsciously says, "I don't deserve this." That's one of the sneaky barriers to success. Being a good receiver isn't arrogance. It's emotional alignment with what you want. Abundance is energy in motion. Those with discipline and emotional control recognize opportunities when they appear, and don't waste them with excuses or over-modesty. Receiving creates space for results to flow. Prosperous people know generosity and receptivity go hand in hand. Some think accepting is weakness, but true strength is grateful acceptance. That's how prosperity cycles back to you. Saying yes opens the door to more opportunities, more wins, and reinforces motivation. Rejecting creates blocks. Receiving creates momentum. Receiving also means believing you're worthy. Each denied opportunity tells your subconscious, not ready yet. But welcoming things with an open heart keeps you vibrating at a frequency of abundance and self-confidence. And here's the twist. When you learn to receive well, fear loses power. And acting despite fear is the final principle that completes the cycle of wealth. Everyone feels fear, even the most successful. The difference is wealthy people don't let fear take the wheel. They acknowledge it, take a deep breath, and move forward anyway. In entrepreneurship, waiting for courage before acting keeps you stuck. Fear isn't weakness. It's a signal you're stepping out of comfort and aiming for bigger results. Acting despite fear is a daily exercise in emotional control. Turn butterflies into fuel, doubt into direction. Taking the first shaky step proves to your mind you're in charge. That's how true self-confidence grows. Not from quotes or motivational phrases, but from showing up consistently. High achievers understand fear is part of the process, like a traffic guard at life's crucial intersections. Discipline keeps you moving forward despite uncertainty. Acting consistently, even scared, builds courage and fortitude, paving the path to lasting results. A wise mentor says, "Fear only rules those who listen to it too much. Action cures anxiety, kills stagnation. Every step reinforces personal power, proving fear isn't an enemy, just a test." Once this mindset is internalized, everything shifts. Fear turns into respect, momentum, and learning. This is where the full prosperity cycle clicks. Responsibility, focus, discipline, and action, fueled by motivation. Now that you've explored the 7 wealth files, here's the question. Are you going to let this knowledge sit on the shelf? Or are you going to put it into action? Will you keep blaming the world for your results or take control, act with discipline, and write your own story? The difference between dreaming and achieving is in the choices you make starting today. Are you ready to act even when scared? To admire success and still claim what's yours? To turn obstacles into opportunities and create results that reflect your self-confidence and consistency? Change starts now, with small daily actions that compound into massive wins. I challenge you. Apply every lesson, watch the transformation, and share your progress. Want to keep learning about prosperity mindset, entrepreneurship, and success strategies? Then subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications, and don't miss the next content that'll take your life to the next level. The future belongs to those who decide to lead it today.